हाय पेरेंट्स, हाय टीचर्स, हाय किड्स। आज हम चैप्टर 2 शुरू करने वाले हैं गणित प्रकाश क्लास 6 का। ये न्यू एनसीईआरटी का सिलेबस है, जिसका सिलेबस थोड़ा थोड़ा इनफैक्ट काफ़ी चेंज हो गया है। तो आज हम शुरू करेंगे लाइंस एंड एंगल्स। हम चैप्टर 1 ऑलरेडी मैं समझा चुकी हूँ, जिसका लिंक मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूँगी। इसके 3 पार्ट्स हैं, तीनों लिंक्स मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूँगी, तो आप वहाँ से रेफ़र कर सकते हैं। हमने वहाँ एक्सरसाइजेस भी सॉल्व की हैं, तो आप उसको वहाँ से रेफ़र करके कर सकते हैं। आज हम शुरू करते हैं इसका चैप्टर 1 सेकंड, लाइंस एंड एंगल्स। सबसे पहले हम कॉन्सेप्ट लेंगे पॉइंट का। पॉइंट क्या होता है? पॉइंट एक, जैसे हम मैप ड्रॉ होता है, मैप में मैम कहती है कि आपको एक लोकेशन डेली करना है, तो आप डेली को मार्क कर देते हैं। आपको कहते हैं बैंगलोर करना है, तो आप बैंगलोर को मार्क कर देते हैं। तो ये जो लोकेशन आप फाइंड आउट कर रहे हैं या पॉइंट से फाइंड आउट कर रहे हैं, इसकी ना तो लेंथ होती है, ना ब्रेड्थ होती है, ना हाइट होती है। तो अगर आप इसको आप ऐसे पॉइंट नहीं ड्रॉ करेंगे, आप एक पतला सा पॉइंट ड्रॉ करेंगे थिन पेंसिल से, दिस विल बी योर पॉइंट। एंड सेकेंड थिंग, हम इसको डिनोट कैसे करते हैं? किसी भी पॉइंट को आप जब मैप पे ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं या कहीं भी आप पॉइंट को मार्क कर रहे हैं, हम पॉइंट को मार्क करते हैं। तो पॉइंट को मार्क कर रहे हैं तो कैपिटल लेटर से, हमेशा पॉइंट को कैपिटल लेटर से ही मार्क किया जाता है। आप बड़े होंगे, ग्राफ पे भी आप पॉइंट्स ड्रॉ करेंगे तो वहाँ भी आप कैपिटल लेटर से ही इसको डिनोट करेंगे। ये हमारी हुई पॉइंट की बात। अभी हम नेक्स्ट टॉपिक लेते हैं, हमारा डिफरेंस बिटवीन लाइन सेगमेंट, लाइन एंड रे। हमने इसका थोड़ा थोड़ा पार्ट जूनियर क्लासेस में पढ़ा हुआ है, बट एक बार फिर से हम ठीक से रिवाइज कर लेते हैं। लाइन सेगमेंट क्या होता है? कोई भी हम एक पेपर लें और उसको हम क्रीज बना दें हम उसकी, तो फिर फॉर एग्जांपल दिस पेपर, अगर हमने उसकी क्रीज बना दी तो एक प्रिसाइज, आप देखेंगे एक प्रिसाइज एंड पॉइंट्स होंगे, एक लाइन होगी इस टाइप की, एंड एक प्रिसाइज एंड पॉइंट्स होंगे। तो ये जो लाइन फॉर्म हुई है पेपर फॉर्म होने से, ये हमारी होती है लाइन सेगमेंट। तो इस लाइन सेगमेंट की लेंथ भी फिक्स्ड होती है ना। तो फिर लाइन सेगमेंट क्या होता है? इट हैज़ 2 एंड पॉइंट्स। एंड पॉइंट्स हैं, यहाँ पर पॉइंट्स हैं, एंड पॉइंट्स है, वी मार्क पॉइंट्स एज अ कैपिटल लेटर, आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू। तो एंड पॉइंट्स हैं 2। तो हम क्या क्या बात करेंगे कि एंड पॉइंट्स हैं, ठीक है, फिक्स्ड लेंथ है, ठीक है, एंड डिनोट कैसे करते हैं? ए बी एंड दिस लाइन, द हाउ वी डिनोट ए बी लाइन सेगमेंट, इट हैज़ फिक्स लेंथ। अब कहाँ कहाँ फिक्स लेंथ होती है? हम कोई बुकलेट लेते हैं तो ये हमारी जो लेंथ है इसकी, ठीक है, ये फिक्स लेंथ है, कैनॉट बी इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज्ड। यहाँ इसकी ब्रेड्थ है, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो अ फिक्स लेंथ। अभी ये मेरी एवरगोल्ड डायरी है, इसकी जो ब्रेड्थ है ये दिस इज़ अ फिक्स लेंथ। ये जो हाइट है दिस इज़ ऑल्सो अ फिक्स लेंथ। तो हमारी इनफाइनाइट नहीं जा रही है। दिस इज़ द एग्जाम्पल्स जहाँ पर हमारी लेंथ जो है बिल्कुल फिक्स्ड है। दूसरा हम करते हैं लाइन। लाइन क्या होता है? जब यहाँ पर लेंथ फिक्स है, एंड पॉइंट्स हैं, तो हमारा ये इनफाइनाइट, यहाँ से इनफाइनाइट की पॉसिबिलिटी ही नहीं है कि हमारा ये इनफाइनाइट कहीं आ जाए दोनों तरफ से। बट यहाँ पर लाइन सेगमेंट, लाइंस में दोनों साइड से पॉसिबिलिटी है कि वो कितना भी एक्सटेंड हो, और हमारी इसकी इनफाइनाइट अनलिमिटेड एक इनफाइनाइट लेंथ क्रिएट होती है। तो ये इनफाइनाइट लेंथ कहाँ पर क्रिएट होती है? हम उसको 2 पॉइंट्स मॉडल से समझाएंगे। हमारे कोई भी 2 पॉइंट है, फॉर एग्जांपल, उसको हमने मीट किया और कितने भी इनफाइनाइट दोनों साइड से एक्सटेंड कर दिया, दोनों पॉइंट्स को इनफाइनाइटली एक्सटेंड कर दिया, तो ये हमारा एक लाइन फॉर्म होता है। इसकी लेंथ जो होती है, इसके एंड पॉइंट्स नहीं होते, इट हैज़ नो एंड पॉइंट्स, ओके, इट हैज़ नो एंड पॉइंट्स, और इसकी लेंथ फिक्स नहीं होती, इसकी इनफाइनाइट लेंथ होती है ना। एंड इसको डिनोट कैसे करते हैं? ए बी के ऊपर हम दोनों तरफ एरोज बनाते हैं, इस पर दोनों तरफ एरोज बनाते हैं। एरो मतलब इट गोज फ्रॉम इनफाइनाइट एंडलेसली फ्रॉम बोथ द साइड्स, फ्रॉम बोथ द एंड्स। दिस इज लाइन एंड दिस इज लाइन सेगमेंट, इट हैज़ नो फिक्स लेंथ। तो वी ऑल्सो नो दैट टू ड्रॉ अ line, so if you have a line, if you have a point, you can always draw infinite many lines, right? How? If so, for example, you have one dot, so you can just pass through a lot of lines from it. So you draw infinite line from one single point. From one single point, if you have one single point, you can draw infinitely many lines through it. But if you have two lines, I just told you, if you have just 2 points, so you can always draw a unique line. Matlab, this line is unique in the sense that you cannot draw it any different line through these 2 points A and B. If you have 2 points A and B, you can draw a unique line. That is the only line you can draw through A and B. There is no other line you can draw through A and B. So this forms, so how many points do you need to draw a unique line? You only need 2 points. And what happens when you have 3 points? Can you draw a unique point through it? So if you have 3 points, say if these points are like this, so you cannot draw to a unique line. No. If those lines are in same straight line, yes, in that case you can. But in all cases, it is not possible to draw a unique line through 3 points. So, and in case of 2 points, it is always possible to draw a unique line. So this is very important that you know about this, that you need 2 points. You need 2 points to draw a unique line, है ना? तो आपको ये पॉइंट्स को याद रखना है. No end points, infinite length, it denoted by this, and you need 2 points, only 2 points to draw a unique line. Then you have ray. Ray का example क्या होगा? Ray has a one starting point or initial point. It can be anywhere and it extends to another direction in any direction. It extends to any direction infinitely. So it could be here, it could be here, it could be here, anywhere. These 3 are the rays, and because this is a point, we denoted by A. So a line passing through, say, this ray may be here B. So this AB is a ray which has one starting point and it passes through B. So I just drew 3 rays. So I just removed 2 just to clarify. I just removed 2, and okay, then what happens? We start with the starting point. This is a starting point, ठीक है? And these were the end points, है ना? यहाँ पर ये these were the end points here in line segment. And this is the starting or initial point. You start with A, you go in any direction infinitely many position, and then it passes through. How do you write? You just take a point through which that line passes. So for example, if you start with this and you had to pass through this particular C, then you just have to go like this. So you get another ray AC. Okay, so this is a ray. And now about ray has it has a starting point, it has a starting point, and it has a starting point A, then it has infinite length, and what infinitely in length, and it goes infinitely, and it goes infinitely from one end, goes infinitely from one point, है ना, one end. एक point से ही endlessly जाती है this ray, and line goes infinitely from both the sides. It has no end points. It goes infinitely from both the sides, है ना, infinitely from both the points. And line segments, it has fixed length. These 2 lines and rays does not have fixed length. Line segment has 2 endpoints. It does not have any length endpoints, and ray has a starting point and it passes through lots of points, but we marked one of the point as something like B. just to denote that we are going in which direction. We are going in AB direction. So we denote it by this AB. So this is about line segment, ray, and a point. Now we'll take a question on just to describe about these things and to conclude this session about line segment, ray, and point. We'll take an example. So this is the example. I also would like to give an example of a ray. First of all, ray starts from a starting point. So you can just think about a torch, Hannah. For example, we have in a book, you can think about an example in a torch which has a starting point here, and every ray has a starting point, goes infinitely to other direction, Hannah. So this is perfect example. Sun rays start with a starting point and goes infinitely to some other many directions. So each ray has different direction. For example, light is the best example to talk about, to give an example of a ray. So now we come to this point. This kind of question also is asked in exams. So if we talk about how many line segments can you find, how many lines can you find, how many rays can you find here, or how many points do you find here, let's cover this topic. First of all, how many points do you find here? Because you see that this is point A, this is point E, this is point B, this is point C, D, and E. So first one way is point A, point B, like this you can write, point C, D, E, and that's it. This is F. And point F. So this is how you write point. You write the whole word point. Then we have how many line segments are here. Line segments, matlab it has fixed length. So AB is a ray because it has a starting point and goes infinitely, and B lies somewhere in the path of AB ray. And AC is also a ray, AD is also a ray, and here AE is also a ray which starts from A and it goes infinitely, and E lies somewhere in the path of, it just denote that E lies somewhere in the path of A, so it took this direction. Now AF is the only line segment here which has a fixed point and fixed two endpoints and one line segment. So we will write AF. It has one line segment only. Then you have, we'll talk about line because you see that there is only one line here, EC. EC is a line, yes, a point A is passing through it, but it has two endpoints, E and C, and it goes infinitely from both the directions. From E and C, it goes infinitely. The length is infinite. It has two endpoints. It is a line, so we write EC as this. And ray I just talked about, it has starting point A and it goes like infinitely many passing through B, so it has AB is the ray. Here AE also the ray, same explanation, so AE is a ray. Here AD is a ray, same explanation, AD is a ray, and AC is a ray, and AC is a ray. So, and one more point, F is one of the starting point, and then B is passing through B, so BFB is a ray. Okay, so these are the rays here. Now let us check how if we want to find out RAF and FB. AF ray and FB rays are same since they lie on the same ray. Are they same? So how do we check it that if AF and FB rays are same? First of all, we see that AF ray is here, starting point is, what is the starting point? Starting point is A, right? And its starting point is A, which passed through F. And this ray passed through F, so it is AF, so it passes through F. But in FB, starting point is different. Starting point is, what is the starting point here? F. starting point is F, though it passed through B. Though here also the ray passed through B, but here starting points are different because starting points are and passes through B. So it doesn't matter because F and B lie on the same row. So this point doesn't matter. The difference of AF and FB rays is that their starting points are same, are different. So it has to be same to make it same, equal, same rays. So they are not different, they are completely different rays because the starting points are different. So let us take one another question which says that are AF and AB rays are same? Are these same? AF and AB rays are same. So both of them, AF and AB, both have same starting point. Starting points are same. ठीक है? Because their starting point are same, AF and AB rays have starting points same, so there are infinitely many points in this way, you know. Among them are F and B. So the ray won't be changing if I take any of the point just to mark which ray I'm talking about. So if either I take F, either I take B, है ना, either take F or B, the ray won't change because the starting point is same and there are infinite many points in the path. So just for the sake of marking which direction I'm talking about, I'm taking AF on FB, AF and AB. So if the starting point are same, you can take any point on the path just to denote the same ray. So these are one of the two rays where we are marking this ray, this particular ray. So the starting points are same, so the rays are same. So this is a good explanation of this. Let's take a question on page 17, question 6. Here a ray AO which starts with O and passes through a point A. It also passes through a point B like we did. Can you say that, can you name it as OB and Y, and can you write OA or as AO, Y and Y not? So this thing I have covered in my previous example. So let's talk about little bit and then proceed to angles. So you have a ray AOA and it is, first question is you have to, can you name it as AB? Yes, of course you can name it at AB because they have same starting point, and B is in the same direction as A because, or you can say that A and B are on the same path. So it is equal to OB, AB, you are right. And in B part, can you write OA and AO? Can you write OA as AO, Y and Y not? So you should think about it. Pause the video and think about it and think about the answer and then restart the video. Because you should not copy everything, you should use your mind. So parents, here pause the video and ask your child why OA is different from OA, just to get that if they have understood the concept. So if you have restarted the video, let me tell you that AO is not equal to OA because OA and OA says that O is the starting point and A is somewhere lying in the path of OA, in the path of the ray, and AO says that A is the starting point, which is all the case, and O lies somewhere in the path of the ray. But this is not the case. This is not at all the case. The case is that O is the starting point and A lies somewhere in the path. But this is not the case. So this is not they are not equal. So they are not equal because the starting point are not same and they are not in same path. I mean the things are different because starting point are not same.